Do you want to disable enemies from defending sites? My name is Eyedrin and welcome back. Starting on Ascent, we'll have a knife that will disable all the enemies in sight and tell you how many people is in it. Just have to get on this corner, look up there to that little corner. Use your interface, just like that, and throw the knife. This one will disable everyone in sight, except this little corner. On B, I will have two lineups. The first one will be on this corner, just have to look over there. And from here, when you throw it, it will end covering B stairs, switch, and also CT. Just as I'm showing. For the second lineup, you get on the same corner, you just look up there, more or less to the middle of the shadow, and just throw it. This one will land on the middle of side, covering backside, the entire side, and also a bit of stairs. Looking towards the defensive side, there's two ways to throw the knife too long, covering the people they're just rushing. The first one is on this corner, it's easy and simple, and the second one, it will take a little bit more time, but you will have more area. Just have to look at this L, and just throw it more or less in the middle. When you throw it, it will land on top of the boxes, covering more area than the last one. This lineup will help your team rushing, it will get information for them and also silence enemies. You just have to get against the wall of the switch. Doesn't really matter where, just get against it and place your interface on the bottom of the window. Just throw it and this will cover every single corner on the shop, making it easier for your teammate to rush.
Yeah, let's go.
Kayo's 0 point has a downside and you guys have to watch out for it. The enemies can destroy it with one hit. So if you use the same lineup over and over again, they will manage to destroy it. Now on a split, we'll have two lineups. The first one you just have to get against the box and look right over there. When you throw it, this will land close to the CT door, covering CT and also A back. The second lineup will be towards heaven. You just have to get on top of the box and line this edge perfectly. Once it's done, take your knife out and aim to the right side of this line. Once you throw it, it will land on top of the door and it will get everyone inside heaven, on top of it and under. Looking towards B, if you know the enemy is close mid, on heaven stairs, you can aim just on top of the building and throw it against the corner. This will land and just spot everyone on stairs or even when you are pushing mid on the left side of heaven. If you just want a better one for heaven, this one will cover the entire heaven. You have to get against this corner, look up towards that window on the bottom left and just throw it. This will land on top of heaven and it will spot anyone inside. If you are inside or if you are defending and you want to check the rush from a lobby, you just have to get against this corner and just look right over there, close to the coffin, and just throw it. This one will land on lobby and it will spot if anyone is rushing. If you are on heaven, instead of being on site, you can get against this wall and just go to the right or to the left until you see that triangle. Just aim to the top right of it with your crosshair and throw it. This one will land more or less on the same spot, covering everyone inside a lobby. If you are on B heaven and you want to help your teammate on A get on sewers, or even check if there's anyone on lobby, you can get on this line, just more or less, doesn't have to be perfect. Just look all the way up to that letter, that white letter, to the bottom of it with your crosshair and just throw it. It doesn't have to be perfect, it will end more or less like that. This one will land over there and it will spot everyone that is checking the rotation from sewers. Now on B, I will use these bottles as reference, so just get against the wall, towards this line, and look up to the sky. You'll have this edge of the building, and you just have to look to the middle of it. Go a little bit to the left, you'll have this cloud, but if you can see the cloud, just look to the middle of this line. A little bit to the left, and just throw it. This one will land on top of Ramen, and it will spot if there's anyone rushing mid. If you want to check carriage, you just have to use this wall to throw your knife. As lower as you can, just throw it, and it will spot everyone inside the carriage. You can also get against this wall, use the fifth line, and just throw it, or even from here, on top of the stairs, and just look for the fourth line, and just throw it. All of this will give you the information if there's anyone inside carriage. Starting on a site on bind, you just have to get on top of this box to check the back side of a site. Use the reference that we normally use and just throw it on the second cable, right over there. Once you throw it, it will land on the back of Tetris, which will be the back of site, and it will spot everyone on it, and also a heaven. Coming towards a link, you just have to get on top of this sandbag, just aim with the same reference to that gap between the wood and the wall, just like that. And once you throw it, it will land outside of lamps, checking everyone on the corner, also inside lamps, or even outside of it. Still attacking, but this time B, you just have to get on top of the fountain against this corner until you are stuck. Just take your knife out, use the same reference, it will be for the second block, the bottom there's a little gap, top right of the gap, and just throw it. This one will land on top of the site, it will check the entire site and also below Hookah. If you are defending A, and if you want to know if there's anyone coming A short, you can use this wall without peeking, or you can use the back one to get more information. If you are on A, but you still want to be the MVP of B side, you can get against this wall, line yourself with this line more or less, take your knife out and look to the bottom left of this cloud. Just throw it, and this will land on B side, checking Hookah and also long, silencing every single spot. If you are on B, and if you want to know if they are rushing side, you can just get against this corner, take your knife out, use the same reference. There's a darker line, it will be the second one, from the left to the right. On top of it, just throw it. It will land outside of Hookah, and it will spot if there's anyone coming to rush it. Using the same corner as reference, just get on it and just aim right there, below this board. You just aim it right there, and once you throw it, it will land on the fountain, checking if there's anyone outside of long. This will be very nice if your teammate wants to check or if you want to pick long. Getting on Breeze, the latest map, make sure you are blocked on this area. Take your knife out and use this panel that is sticking out for your reference. Bottom right of it, and just throw it. From here, it will land in front of the pyramids, and it will make sure that the people backside, on this corner, they will be all spotted and silenced. Instead of going towards A, going towards B, you just have to get right on this corner, just aim to the ground, aim yourself with it, make sure you're on the right spot, take your knife out and use that edge of those leaves. Just right here, and throw it. It will land on the left side of the cone, and it will give you all the information of the people backside. If you are on B, but defending mid towards tunnel, you can get on the end of this wall, just when the descent starts, take your knife out and use that as reference. Once you throw it, you can spot everyone behind these boxes and also silence them, for easier control of mid. Starting on A side, on Icebox, as usual, we just get on top of this box, line yourself with the second arrow. So basically just go down until you get to this line. This will be the harder one to throw because you have to jump, and once you are going down you just have to throw the knife. So jump, going down and throw. This one will hit right there and it will spot everyone backside, inside, even behind this. It will spot literally everyone inside. Towards mid, there's another one without lineups. Just use that corner and you will check anyone on top of boiler or inside kitchen. Towards B side, we will have two, one checking the yellow and the other one checking the actual site. Just get against the corner, and from here look all the way up until you hit that little corner. From the darker zone to the brighter zone. Just look over there and throw it. It will land on yellow, spotting everyone around it. Just like this. If you already got A long and you want to throw one for site, you just have to get against this corner, and from here use your crosshair this time, look all the way up until you have that orange zone and the grid zone matching, a little bit to the right, and just throw it. Make sure this one will land on the back of site and it will cover the entire site. Reversing a bit the positions from side to a long, you have two blocks over here. We'll go for the second one on the top right corner. It will be over here. From here, look all the way up, use the reference we normally use to the top of that one. From here, just throw it, and it will land on A long, close to the door, checking it there if there's anyone on it. Using one for mid, still on B, get against the door, right here, look all the way up until you match the reference we normally use with that V. From here just throw it and it will land on the middle, spotting if there's anyone rushing or trying to pick boiler. Last map will be Heaven, and as we used to do, we start from A, get on these sandbags, look all the way up, use the same reference. There will be a square on the top right of it, just throw it. It will land outside of short, it will spot everyone inside short, backside, on that corner, but it will not check Heaven or under Heaven. Now on B, unfortunately I didn't find the lineup with the same reference, so I'm gonna be using a different reference, which will be the same line, but instead of being on the right, it will be on the left. Look to that corner right over there, just press D, literally just D, and once you can, just throw the knife. It will land on top of sight, just right here, and it will spot everyone around it. Now on C, from C long to C side, get against the wall on the corner, look all the way up, use your crosshair this time, you see this one over here, to the bottom of it, go a little bit to the right, until you match this one more or less, and just throw it. This one will land on site and it will spot everyone backside, on elevator, and also on that little corner. This lineup I'm gonna show right now, it's gonna be landing on a lobby. Just get on this corner against this wall and this box. Just take your knife out using the same reference. You just have to see this gap on the roof, and then 2 steps, 1 step, 2 steps. Will be on the corner of the second step, just throw the knife. It will be landing on a lobby, I mean outside of a lobby, they will check a lobby and a long, checking basically if there's anyone rushing A. As you guys know from my previous videos, when I throw something from A to a lobby, I also throw it from B right here to a lobby. So instead of getting on the corner, you'll be landing on top of the third line. This will be the first one, the second one, and the third, so I'll be standing on top of it. And from here, use the same reference. There's the first wood sticking out, the second wood, so just aim to the right side, to that little gap, and just throw it. It'll be landing exactly on the same spot, and it will cover also a lobby and a long for the rush. I hope you like these lineups, I hope they are useful for you in game. Don't forget to comment on the section down below which lineups do you want to see next. Will be Viper, will be Brimstone, I don't know, you guys choose. Make sure you comment down there. So yeah, we got until the end, thank you so much for watching, see you around, see you in game, peace!